Hey guys, it's Brennan the Paleo Dude, and I'm here with another scan code video. Today we'll be taking a look at one of my favorite lineups in all of Mattel's Jurassic collection, and that is the Dino Rivals from 2019. These figures were colorful and introduced loads of new species and diversity to this toy line. We get to see the first Dimetrodon figure, throwbacks with the Tapejara, and some amazing book/comic release like the Moosaurus, featured in some of the, like I said, old comic books, and even I think the Lost World novel. So that's a cool new species that was debuted here. Also Styracosaurus, we finally get Pterosaurus, and we get some obscure ones like Mononycus and Concavenator, which were featured in the Lockwood Manor. We get some really nice repaints of Proceratosaurus, Herrerasaurus, monolophosaurus, and Proceratosaurus, as well as, look at that, our first Saurus as well. So many cool figures, Lost World Triceratops. It's just amazing. Even plesiosaurus made it in with a battle damage version and a savage strike version. So that's great. Oh, and battle damage Albertasaurus, kind of reminiscent of Trespasser. And Amargasaurus. Okay, I could go on and on. There's so many new species, so many really nice repaints, very characteristic dinosaurs, even Battle at Big Rock, Brachiosaurus, and Indominus, which are old favorites, finally joining the ranks. It was just a great time to be a collector. Oh my god, and Quetzalcoatlus, and Ranfrinkus. Okay, yes, just lots and lots. So let's get down to business and scan some codes. Make sure during the video, if I'm going too fast, which I probably will on some, you can pause the video. Don't forget also that there's the possibility that they won't scan for some reason. Maybe I'm too shaky, maybe it's too blurry. So just let me know down in the comments which ones you were not able to scan, and I'll feature them in the next scan code video. I say that a lot, but I just gotta make sure, because I don't want to leave anyone out. Now, I basically have all but two. I'm just missing the white Velociraptor, that female one, and I'm missing the blue Spinosaurus. But hopefully, sometime soon, I'll get my hands on those and we'll do another video including them. So this is the Saurus figure, very cute, Easter themed. It's like got the pink and the blue and the white. This is the repaint of the Pachycephalosaurus, and it's this purple color. Not the best figure, but a nice one. It really adds to a lot of the themes in this lineup. It seems like there's a lot of browns and oranges and yellows mixed in with a lot of purples. So let's continue on the purple theme, and let's do the Proceratosaurus. There we go. And then the next guy we have is the purple Dilophosaurus, and they actually made use of the prototype figure mold that was unreleased. This was supposed to come in the first lineup as a Legacy Collection figure, and it was going to be colored like the Dilophosaurus in the movie, but we never actually saw it get a release for some reason. Same with this guy. It's a retool of the unreleased male Raptor. Again, I'm not sure why we never saw those get a release. Kind of disappointed in that. Still haven't gotten anything like them. I guess we've gotten another, a few Dilophosaurus now, but kind of sad. So that was the male Raptor. Now we're on to blue. This is a new blue scratching mold for the year. This one you press on the button on the back, and the arms scratch up and down. Okay, so let's get on to Monolophosaurus. This is the first time it's been shown with this feature. It's got the chomping feature, and other than that, like, the paint job's a little eh. Even when I saw it in store, I was like, it could be better, but it could be worse. Kind of characteristic. I do actually like the battle damage version a lot more from this lineup, which we'll be getting to in a second. We've got the battle damage Pteranodon with some very interesting kind of dark bluish blackish colors. with yellow on the face and the wings, kind of a fresh color to it. So next we have the battle damage Herrerasaurus. This one was a nice color. It kind of reminds me of the Stegosaurus from the first lineup, and you'll see why once you see the other two battle damage figures it came in a lot with. These guys were only released in certain countries. Sadly, they never made it to the United States. But you can see there's also the Proceratosaurus and monolophosaurus. And the Proceratosaurus has colors reminiscent of the Carnotaurus from the first Jurassic World lineup. And then the monolophosaurus has colors reminiscent of the Allosaurus. I could do a video actually later on to show you guys. It's pretty neat. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it was quite a cool coincidence. And that's why they're kind of my favorite from this line. Well, there's a lot of favorites of mine from this lineup. So next we've got Echo, just the basic Echo figure. I think this is the first time we've seen her in figure form. I kind of like it, very simplistic, yet fits in with the toy line well. The next thing we have is the Legacy Collection Raptor that came in the packs. Again, I still need to get that white one, so I'm hoping to snag it. God, it's so rare. Kind of kicking myself for not buying it on Korean eBay. So here is the Proceratosaurus figure in brown. An interesting take on the figure. It came out alongside the Herrerasaurus in green, and I think it also was side by side with the Saurus figure. Yeah, there's a new Saurus figure. Keep forgetting the Camp Cretaceous line. It still was releasing figures when the Dino Escape lineup came out. So here's Tapejara, one of my favorites. I'm so glad that they have this species return in a Jurassic toy line. I think the last time we saw it was in Jurassic Park 3's toy line. That was really cool. I want to get my hands on that figure one day as well. Super cute. So next we've got the Lost World Triceratops. This one was interesting to track down actually, because I guess it didn't have that wide of a sail. Oh no. Let's get back into focus. I think this might help. There we go. Yeah, but it's a really neat figure, and I hope they do more Triceratops repaints like that. So next we've got the green Baryonyx. What's cool about this one is it actually is very reminiscent of the Kenner Baryonyx from the first, I think it's Series 2 of the Jurassic Park lineup. I think it was 1994 that it was released, but this is very, very similar to that. And again, nice to see the kind of repaints mimicking older figures. Brings back the nostalgia a bit. So there is the Metriacanthosaurus. This one's got the very interesting red paint job that we saw on a prototype image for Allosaurus, I think for this lineup, but they ended up using it on the Metri because I think that's they had to change that due to Battle at Big Rock. Or maybe it was from the first lineup that they used that color scheme. I don't know. It was just featured on a Allosaurus concept art sometime long ago, so it's neat to see that they're using that color still. So next we've got the Rex, one of the best Rexes for the time before, you know, the newer ones came out. The really nice action features. Oh my goodness, the Quetzalcoatlus. A cool flying reptile that we got to see way back in the Kenner Series 2 lineup. And now we get a nice, fresh, kind of tropical themed paint style on it. Oh, there we go, that's perfect. And boy is it beautiful, like holy cow. I love the paint job on it, and again, just so glad we got a nice diversity of Pterosaurs for this lineup. Kind of sad we're not seeing anything else new for Pterosaurs in some of the latest lineups, but it's cool we got 3 new ones. So this is the Concavinator repaint. Very interesting, they include 2 variants of this figure in the lineup. Usually we don't really see that, but interesting. They gave it a brown coat. Maybe not the best, but whatever. So here we have the Raptor figure, one of the new Pterosaurs that came out alongside the Quetzal and the Tapejara. And again, these 3 are very interesting because they're more of the well-known Pterosaurs, so it makes sense for Mattel to make them. Raptor was featured in Walking with Dinosaurs, kind of where it's got its fame from. I think that was Raptor. Yeah. It was in the Massospondylus episode or whatever. Yeah, so, and Quetzalcoatlus obviously being the largest flying reptile. Of course, fans are going to know it. And then Tapejara being featured in older media. And then, so that's like 5 Pterosaurs, wow. But too bad we only have 2 species of marine reptiles so far. Would love to see more. So next we've got the Moosaurus, the first we see of it in Mattel's lineup. And boy, do I love the colors. It was featured a lot in some of the older Jurassic Park comic books, and was also in the Lost World novel. I think one of the characters picked up a baby one, because that's what it's famous for, actually. The fossil of the baby is really tiny. That was, yeah, fossil of a juvenile or a hatchling or something was found, and they're like, oh, it's so small. So it got its, I guess, kind of fame from that. So next we've got the Dino Rivals Baby T-Rex, basically a lighter repaint of the first one that we got to see in the first lineup. And next we've got Delta with a very interesting color. I remember when this figure came out, a lot of fans were not happy with it, kind of complaining a lot. But again, it's very cool. It gives its own unique vibe to this lineup, seeing as it's very colorful, and it has that like color palette that kind of suits this line, and the fact that it's like not that detailed when it comes to the paint, but just vibrant enough that it works. Here we've got the Amargasaurus. Maybe I need to darken that, maybe not. There we go, that should work. Amargasaurus was hard to track down. I got a friend to do a good trade with that, and boy oh boy, is it beautiful as heck. Very reminiscent, if not a complete steal from the Chap May Animal Planet, I think, Amargasaurus, which had that exact colors theme. So they've done it first, and so Mattel's team probably copied that or got some inspiration from that. Or it could be just mere coincidence, which I don't think at this point exists. Their team's pretty good with coloring these things based off of different forms of media. So that was Stegosaurus. Not too much to say about that. I don't think it's anyone's favorite paint job for the Stego. It's kind of bland and lacking. So next we've got the Dino Rex repaint. This one's the gray one. It came with that quad and Owen, because we need more Owens, of course. Next we've got by far my favorite plesiosaurus. This one's the battle damage one. Let's try and get that skin code. What's cool about this one, and why I was freaking out so much, I think it was meant to be in Jurassic Park 3, but of course it never made the cut. And what's really neat about it is, I think, if you look online, if you Google Jurassic Park 3 plesiosaurus, you will notice a lot of the artists draw the animal with this paint job, and if you look at the animatronic close enough, we've got my cat joining us, so we're not gonna let him go, because I moved into a new house, and he shouldn't actually be outside right now. Give me a second, guys. No, go away, Nancy. Yeah, go away. Okay, anyways, so the animatronic that's meant to be in JP3, I think basically has that color scheme. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mattel based the color of that battle damaged plesiosaur off the animatronic from JP3. So that's pretty cool. Lots of lore behind these guys. Now this is the Pteranodon. Again, I've got a pet peeve against Mattel, always just doing the most horrible job on Pteranodon figures. They're always just these ugly brown colors. Never anything cool. You might have to zoom in on that one, guys. Yeah, because look, this one's like brown and orange. Bleh. Not my favorite theme or design. But yet, for some reason, they never change up the colors. But like, I think 3 of the Pteranodons are brown. I'll have to do a scan code video with those guys and complain the whole time. So here is the Draco Rex. Doesn't come in the set, it's a separate one. And boy is it cool. One of my favorite color schemes and patterns for a dinosaur. Look at that, it's got it on the tail. It's got all these cool lines on the leg too. And on the eye, everything's nice and highlighted. This is like the peak of Mattel's color schemes. Okay, Nasty, stop. Shoo. Nope. Stay. Okay. I think he's just gonna sit there and hopefully not jump onto the lawn. He's more of an indoor cat, so don't want him getting lost in this new neighborhood. So next up, we've got one of my favorites as well, and another elusive figure. This is the Dimetrodon, and the colors on this guy are based off of the Lockwood Manor statues. It's also kind of technically a repaint of the Destructosaurus Dimetrodon, because that one was unreleased, and it came in, nope, Nasty, nope, stay. Came in red, which was very interesting take. Would have loved to see that figure on shelves. Okay, so now we'll do the yellow Tsukamis. This one's very characteristic of the lineup. It was like one of the first figures to come out around here, along with the Stegosaurus and the Green Rex. So whenever I think about the line, sometimes I often think immediately of this figure, even though it's not the best in any way, shape, or form. The action features are a little clunky, and the paint job's a little lacking. Same with this Rex. They could have done a way better job. It's the Legacy. I guess it's meant to be the Bull, or maybe the Young Rex from JP3. I don't know. But yeah, they just did it in green and slapped on some lazy pattern on the back. I'm not really seeing the white on that. Here, I might have to zoom in, guys. So there you go. There's the Green Rex. But it's really neat that they actually did do that for, I guess, JP3 / Lost World photography or collecting. I guess you can say the same for the white Raptor in this lineup. Kind of lackluster when it comes to mimicking the movie design. But hey, at least they tried, and we've got one, and as much as I can complain about some of the details on that one, or most of these figures, it actually makes for a very characteristic lineup. It stands alone as its own figure, even though it's pretty badly detailed and painted. But that's what I like about this lineup. Oh, we've got a blurriness. Oh yeah, and by the way, the last one I did was plesiosaurus. Whoops, I should stop rambling and actually notify you what I'm scanning. So next we've got the brown Ceratosaurus. This one's pretty neat. Oh, there you go. Not my favorite, again. It's kind of a boring repaint. Doesn't really bring anything cool to the table. Except for, you know, just being brown. I think we've got that. I don't know. There you go. Again, hopefully you guys can zoom in. It kind of gives off a deserty paint job vibe, right? And same with this Ankylosaurus. We've got more of a deserty theme. So if you want to like an arid park, some of these dinosaurs fit well in that. Say the Concavinator repaint and the Margosaurus. Really nice deserty themed dinosaurs, and I guess the Stegosaurus too. They give off that like dry vibe. So next we've got that Dimetrodon. This one was also hard to track down, so I got it in a trade. Oh, there we go, that scan code's good. Next we've got the battle damaged Baryonyx, which came in a bike set, which that was pretty cool. It also came with an exclusive mini Dimetrodon in gray. Was not expecting this figure to be in the battle damage assortment. It's one of those just cheap chomping figures, but it really fits well because in the previous lineup we got the T-Rex with all these scratches on it. Another surprise battle damage figure is the Albertasaurus. So this is our first time seeing it. The colors are very reminiscent of the Trespasser game back, I think that was in 1997, but I could be wrong. It's when the Lost World came out, and in that game the Albertasaurus was like one of the main kind of dinosaurs you would avoid on the island. And once I saw this, I was just super excited that they were making it as a figure. Again, I don't know if Mattel just randomly chose Albertasaurus or they actually go through and like look at the past media like games and comics and choose. But seeing as Moosaurus and the plesiosaurus made it into this lineup along with lots of callback repaints like the Baryonyx and Triceratops, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they definitely did their research for this lineup. So next we got the Dinoceratops from the Battle at Big Rock crossover. So they got the Dino Rivals / Battle at Big Rock packaging. And they still scan in for that, so that's pretty neat. You guys get that. We never actually saw a repaint of Dinoceratops. I'm hoping for Jurassic World's future lineups we get to see it some more. Okay, now we've got, the big one's in the back, but we'll do, nope, Nasty, stay. Yeah, stay. We'll finish up with the small ones. A very interesting addition is the Mononycus. This guy's got one finger, and it was featured in Lockwood Manor as a statue. So again, Mattel doing their homework. And here we have Parasaurolophus, our first appearance of it. Very beautiful figure to be added to the lineup. Of course, it's not... Nope, Nasty, stay. Nope, stay. Jeez, little rascal. Okay, so... yes, first time seeing Parasaurolophus in this lineup. Very beautiful addition. A lot of people, again, were like, hey, it doesn't look too right, it's not in the right position, its feet, blah, blah, blah. But again, this line wasn't perfect, but it nailed it when it came to species and color. So I look past a lot of their flaws, like the color palette patterns, palettes, detail, etc. It's just so characteristic and somewhat nostalgic to me, as it's getting to that point where it's aging quite well. So there we have the Battle at Big Rock Allosaurus. I wish it would have been bigger. They kind of just slapped an adult head onto the juvenile body and gave it some of those spikes. There we go. But it's a good figure overall. I like the paint scheme. It fits in with the rest of the dinosaurs quite well. So next we have the Styracosaurus. And this one actually reminds me of Warpath, another Jurassic Park video game from way back in the past. And I think it had a color very similar to this. There you go. And if I recall properly, the Dino Rivals actually had like a fighting theme to them going on, kind of like Street Fighter. They came with cards with like their intelligence and power and whatnot, and then a lot of the packaging kind of came off as choose your character to fight, and the promotional boxes sent out to YouTubers had that character select, and they kind of folded into an arena, so that was pretty neat. Another reason why I love this lineup, it had like that cute little gimmick, along with, you know, like I keep saying, the the paint jobs being very memorable, very iconic, there we go, that's the word, and species diversity and color and all that jazz. So here is, who is this? Charlie? Yeah, I think this is Charlie. Charlie's first repaint, or paint job, it's not a repaint. It's actually the first time we see the long-legged raptor mold, and Charlie has this weird green color, which eventually Mattel would perfect with a more lighter green. Okay, now we can get to the big boys. Well, they're not, they're females, but whatever. Here we got the Indominus Rex. There we go. Oh, I'm so excited to get the battle damage version. That one's really neat. Should probably grab it fast. I don't know, it might turn out to be like the next battle damage Spino. We all don't want that. Okay, so next we got the Barracchio. Let's see if I can do this properly. Oh, you almost got it, guys. Come on. Oh no, that sucks. Oh. And there we go. Oh, so we got them all. Okay. Minus the white raptor and the blue Spino, but there's all of them. Holy cow. Oh, it's kind of exhausting holding that up. Okay, so I hope you guys got all the scan codes you needed. Like, gotta make these videos to help out. Not everyone's lucky enough to grab these figures, as they become quite elusive quite fast, and it really sucks whenever that happens for like all collectors, but that's just help. We got Nasty and he's trying to make a break for it. Here, he'll be in the outro. So again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Really hope that this could help you out in completing your scan code collections. Keep an eye out for my next videos. I'll be doing the Primal Attack lineup and the first lineup. Yeah, you stay. And yeah, and maybe I'll do like a complete collection lineup one day. Just all the figures. It'll probably take like an hour or two. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and like always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.